What is going on, everybody? Welcome back, Dudes Who Bet Daily, January 19, 2023. Fun little Thursday here to kick off the sports weekend. Obviously, we got the divisional round in the NFL, and we got a points race in the Kentucky Derby with LeCompte coming up from, Louisiana Downs, I believe it is, on Saturday. Should be interesting. No.
Fairgrounds,
whatever. They're all the same. From Fairgrounds on Saturday. We got a good allowance there as well on that card, which I'm sure we'll talk about more over the weekend here. Shout outs to Shoddy too for my new poker chip protector here. Really nice little coin there. My one dragon. Try and use it at a store later today. Probably won't work. All right, let's jump into the action here. Kick it off with some NFL. Who is the favorite most likely to lose this weekend? We've got four favorites, which are all 4 points or more now. Saturday's games, not as exciting as Sunday's from the spreads here. We'll start with you, Papa Dude. Of the four favorites, which one's the most likely to go down?
Okay, you got to scratch out the Chiefs. Not going there. We got the Giants and the Eagles, Niners, Dallas, Bills. Okay, Bills are favored, right?
They are, yes.
I'm going Bills. That'll be my.
You think Cincinnati's got a shot this weekend?
Do I say what?
Cincinnati's got a shot then this weekend.
I do. I don't like the way the Bills are playing. I really don't. My second pick would be the Giants over the Eagles.
Yeah, the Bills have Allen has seemed to regress back to that turnover machine he was a couple years ago. And even if you look at that Dolphins game, the two picks, obviously the sack fumble for the 6, he also had another fumble there on a third down run where he was just winging the ball out here with absolutely no protection on it. That's got to concern you. Aaron, you would agree with Papa Dude here? Take Cincinnati over Buffalo, or are you going somewhere else?
Yeah, I actually picked Cincinnati to win that game outright. So that would be my choice for sure. I still think there's a situation where the 49ers get in a bad spot where the quarterback needs to make a big play. I don't know if it's this weekend, though. So, yeah, the simple answer is I'm agreeing with Papa Dude. I'm going the Bengals. I got the Bengals picked to win, so that's an easy answer for me.
I am going to say it's the 49ers that are the most likely favorite to lose this weekend. I would pick Dallas very confidently if it weren't for the situational spot. This is going to be their 5th straight road game. That is tough to do in the NFL, play 5 straight road games. And they played Monday night, and San Francisco played Saturday in the early game. So you have a 2-day basically rest advantage for San Francisco as well. But I watched that whole game. I know Purdy threw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. He was begging to throw an interception in that first half. He did not look that sharp. This is going to be the best defense that he's faced so far. So I'll give the Cowboys, who I think are going to be able to move the football through the air against the San Francisco team, the best shot to pull the upset this weekend. Mine would be Cincinnati if it weren't those offensive line issues. I'm scared that Burrow may not make it through the game based on, they may have 3 starters out that old line.
I just looked how Miami was able to move the ball on them, and I'm not really worried. Honestly, yeah. I just feel like they're going to be okay. This Buffalo defense is weird, Somich, because remember, we were all, not just Somich, Papa Dude as well, we were all talking about after 4 or 5 weeks how good their defense was. It's went away completely, I feel like.
Are you missing a Pro Bowl safety? You're missing Von Miller on the defensive line. Yeah. That makes a huge difference for them. And you're dead on too. If you look at that Dolphins game, multiple throws were missed, multiple catches were dropped. If that was executed, and you'd think that Burrow and this wide receiver set can execute, Miami would be the one that is moving on here, and they'd be traveling to Kansas City this weekend. So I wouldn't be shocked if it's a kind of a snoozer day on Saturday and a wildly exciting day on Sunday here in this divisional round.
I agree.
All right, let's.
Another thing, they might be moving on if they could run a play on 4th and a foot instead of getting a freaking delayed game penalty, which again, I'm not hearing him getting knocked for that too much.
I am shocked they didn't just sneak the ball. There's no reason you don't just run up to the line and run a quarterback.
Especially when you can push the guy now.
Yeah.
You
need a half yard. You got and the play that they came out in, that pistol play, would have been one of the worst calls I've ever seen on 4th and 1.
Unbelievable.
That's the thing. Thank God they got the penalty because they were going to lose 5 yards on that play.
Just a mess to come because you're not throwing with Skylar Thompson there, so you have the Bills defense back for the run, and you're going to have the guy line up 10 yards behind the damn line of scrimmage. Come on.
Unbelievable.
What are we doing here? Well, 4th down play calls are probably one of my biggest pet peeves in the NFL, but I digress. We'll talk more about these games as we get closer to them over the weekend. Let's head to Paris. That's the only reason this game's on here. It's a 3 p.m. tip-off in Paris. Of course, we're sending shitty teams over to Europe. That's what we do in every sport, right? -7.5 taking on the Pistons. Total sitting at 236. Who wants a little afternoon action? Papa Dude, take us away here. Who are you betting here at 3 p.m.?
Oh, how do you bet it? I mean, I guess you just got to go look who's playing. That's all you can do. The Pistons are awful. 7.5. Can the Bulls beat them by 7.5? I don't know. I would hate to bet the Bulls against anybody in 7.5, to be honest. But what motivation does the Pistons at this point have? And oh boy, we're going to go to Paris and play a game. This will be fun. I think I'd take the Pistons plus 7.5.
Would you be shocked if they both just didn't shoot well?
No.
I mean, first time in an arena, flying across a continent or across an ocean to a different continent, multiple time zone changes here. Seems like a real screw job to have an NBA game overseas. Like the NFL, at least you can fly back, get a week off, then play again. Yeah. Like they play every other night in the NBA, and you have a game in Paris here. Give me the under 236. That just seems high for what could be a pretty rough shooting night here. And what do you think?
I was going to get ready to say, I think the under makes a little bit of sense. You always talk about, basketball players in new spots, how the shooting is affected. You always talk about that when you get to the Final Four and it's in a dome. Everybody always usually complains and hates it. I have no idea where they're playing at as far as where this game's going to be at. But
I think it's under the Eiffel Tower.
Well, you would think it'd be a little bit different.
It's in the Accor Arena, guys. Come on.
There we go.
Sure. Well, the rims are not kind in that building. So, listen, I don't know. I'll take the under. I think you're right on that. I think the Bills. I think the Bulls will beat them by more than 7.5. So I'll take the Bulls as well.
The other thing on that, though, if I'm going all the way to Paris, I ain't playing a lick of defense. Not a lick.
I guess that would be the other problem, right? Like these two teams aren't good. The motivation here is not. We're going to talk Warriors against whoever the hell they're playing tonight. We'll talk about that later. But that's a good game, Celtics. Warriors Celtics in Paris. You'd see the motivation here, but this is Detroit and Chicago. Like who knows what we're going to get from this? Yeah. But like I said, it's at 3 p.m. on a Thursday. Of course, you got to bet this game, right? There's nothing else going on. You're throw enough to at least get a little a baguette here on it, so see what happens there. All right, let's go to that Warriors-Celtics game. This one's in Boston, so don't worry. And it's at a normal time tonight. I believe it's tipping off at 7:30 here. Warriors, one of the worst teams on the road in the NBA. They're catching 6.5 from a very good home team in Boston. The Celtics, total sitting at a paltry 245 or 240.5. Big number there. Aaron, what do you like here?
I like the Celtics. I really like the Celtics team at home. I think they're going to be awfully tough to beat. Golden State, they are what they are, right? Right now, they're not that great. There'll be a motivation for them to come in there and play a really good game, though. But I think in the end, the Celtics get it done. I'm going Celtics. I'll go under that total. I think that's a lot of points.
Papa Dude?
I like the Celtics at -6.5 myself. 240.5. Okay, that's 121 to 120. They both can put it up there. I don't know. It may go over that, especially if Golden State does their part, because Boston can score. That is a lot of points. But I like the Celtics at -6.5. I think they'll be ready to play, and I think they're that much better than Golden State.
Celtics, big. I agree. I think this is a good spot for Boston, especially against a Warriors team that does not travel very well. Right down the road from that one, we've got a nice game on the ice. The Boston Bruins, -105, heading in to take on the New York Rangers, -115. Total sitting at 5.5 here. This is a great game to watch. It's a great game to bet, Aaron.
I think it is. The Bruins are coming off of a game last night, but it was a pretty easy win. Now they're in New York. You got to think they're going to be ready to go. Anytime you get the Bruins at -105, which means they are a slight underdog, I'm taking them. I like the Bruins tonight. Listen, the Rangers are a Jekyll and Hyde team. That's the best way I could describe them. Some nights I watch them and they're a solid team, and some nights they can't do shit. And I don't like that when you're taking on the best team in the league. Give me the Bruins tonight. I like them.
Papa Dude?
Rangers are offensively challenged. Boston 3, New York 1, Bruins -105. Under on the total.
I'm going to take the under, but I'm going to go in a different direction here. Our boy Dennis, who's in the chat right now, he likes the Bruins big here. He mentioned New York Rangers first periods under a while ago. That has been a very good bet. This game specifically, I think, is another good spot for it. You got Shesterkin in net. You've got a good good goaltender on the Boston side as well. I think this one stays under the goal and a half in the first period. So that was my bet from this game. Give me under 1.5 in the first period. I would be tempted to take the Bruins here if I was going to take a side, but I'm not going to take a side here. I'm just going to play that under 1.5. All right, let's head up to Edmonton. The Lightning, off a win last night, head in to take on the Oilers. Lightning are pick 'em or plus 100. Oilers minus 120. Total sitting at 6.5. Papa Dude, who you got?
Ooh, toughie right here. I never bet against the Lightning, no, but they won't have their regular goaltender tonight, right? I would assume he played last night.
He did not. Elliott played last night.
Okay, so who did they beat? The Canucks? Is that who they? Okay,
5-2, something like that.
All right, I took Tampa Bay tonight, just because I never bet against them. Let's see, 6.5 on that total. Okay, I'm going to say this: if the Oilers win, it's going over. That's 6.5. I think this will be a great game to watch, no matter what. I mean, this will really be fun to watch because there'll be some action in this. I'm going Tampa at plus 100.
People talk a lot about Tampa's defense. They can put the puck in the net too. I kind of agree with you, Papa, that the Oilers may be able to score a couple goals here. If they need to score to win, I like the over the 6.5 here. I'll take the over versus taking a side. Aaron, what do you like here?
Oilers very overrated. Very, very overrated. Sure, they can win tonight. It's NHL. You can win on a given night. Lightning are a much better team. Give me the Lightning. I think the Lightning go big tonight. I like the Lightning.
All right, one more game before we get into the race of the day and the best bets. Rutgers, number 22 in the nation, heading into Michigan State, but catching 3 here. Total sitting at 127. Aaron, who do you like?
I took Michigan State. I watched them the other night in a classic game. They almost won at home. I think they're at home. They're a really, really good team. I think they get it done tonight. I'm going to take Michigan State. Would not be surprised if that goes under the total of 127, even though that is a very low total.
That's a Big Ten total right there, Papa Dude. What are you playing here?
Just a dogfight all the way through. The key is does Rutgers think they can go in there and beat Michigan State? That's always you got to kind of figure that with these college teams. I think Rutgers is very good. I don't think Michigan State's great. I can't bet against them at home, though. I'll go with there, and then I'll go Michigan State to win.
Yeah, I'll lay the 3 with Michigan State as well. This would be an interesting one if you want to play money line or money line parlay. Or if Michigan State gets down early, I wouldn't be against taking Michigan State in game if you can catch them plus anything, because I just think they are the better team when they're at home. We talked about this in the text thread. Home teams always make a run in college basketball at some point. And if Rutgers gets punched in the mouth at Michigan State, how are they going to respond? I'm guessing not too great. So I'll lay the 3 here with Michigan State as well. I'm actually pretty excited about this race of the day. We're going Aqueduct. We're going race number 7. You got 3 really fun horses in here. One of my favorites, which I know Aaron's going to make fun of me for, St. Tappet is running back here for the first time in a while. Actually, the first time going 2 turns, or 1 turn since he won last. Dr. Ardito here for the Chad Brown barn, who has ripped off 4 straight races after running second in the maiden special weight. It's your 5-2 morning line favorite. And you also can't leave off the 6 horse, Nabokov, who we got into a big argument over on the Magic Mike show a couple weeks back, is in here as well, sitting at 3-1. You also have some speed on the inside with both the 1 and the 3. So an interesting race here. We'll start with you, Aaron. Where'd you go?
I couldn't get away from number 2, Dr. Ardito. I think this horse has looked very, very good for Chad Brown. And look, we're coming off a layoff today, and I've said a lot, when it's Chad Brown horses, it's almost a positive. His numbers are magically better off of a layoff even than his regular numbers. This horse came off of a similar layoff 3 races back at this track, at the allowance ranks, going a flat mile and won by 3 1/4. Now we're cutting back to 7 today, 7 furlongs. So that's a little bit of a question mark, I guess. But Chad Brown has 2 in the race. Manny Franco gets on this one. That's why I could not go with Nabokov. Franco is like gold right now at Aqueduct, and he's going to ride top-notch horses for Chad Brown that are there. So I went Dr. Ardito. Very interested to hear your thoughts on the 8, though, Somich.
I mean, you mentioned Manny Franco. He has been absolutely on fire, 37% right now, which is just wild. He had a 6-win day. I'm going to go back to the well on St. Tappet one more time. And the main reason here is we're cutting back to one turn. We're not facing Stakes Company. And Dr. Ardito, it's just not normal for Chad Brown to do this with very good horses. Run second, state-bred maiden special weight, wins in a state-bred maiden special weight, N1X state-bred, N2X state-bred, N1X open. When his horses are really good, they are usually in a stakes race by now, especially with that record for Chad Brown. So I have just some concerns about the two horse here, Dr. Ardito, and why he has not been moved up to that level yet. Why keep running him in these races if you think he can compete for bigger money? So I'm going to take a chance with St. Tappet here, who, if we can get back to those first two races, we went 6.5 and 7 furlongs. He fits in this field very well. There is quite a bit of pace that he'll be able to chase. So I'm going to take St. Tappet at 4-1. I don't like Nabokov at all either today. I had him 2 back against Expressman when we got a nice price on him today at 3-1. No interest in Nabokov. So I'll take the 8 St. Tappet. Papa Dude, where are you headed?
Believe it or not, I was thinking the same thing you were. Why hasn't this horse been moved up? Yeah, I think the same thing. St. Tappet is beautifully bred. This thing, he ought to be good. Mm-hmm. But I got to go with the one that's won 4 in a row until he gets beat. So I'm going to go 2-8 on this one.
It should be a fun race from Aqueduct. I'm excited to see this one just because I think that you could have a couple horses that, they've shown flashes of being very good. And the question is now, how do they develop here this year? And are we going to see them back in Stakes Company?
Yeah, that's just the thing. A couple of comments I'll make. Check out Goodnight Olive and check out her past performances. For whatever reason, he did the same kind of thing with her before finally jumping her up right to Grade 1 Company out of an allowance race. I'm not saying Dr. Ardito is that kind of horse. I'm just saying he has done it in the past with horses, talking about Chad Brown. With St. Tappet, Somich, I was 1,000% with you. I thought this was the next big horse for Todd Pletcher, and then he showed up in a random stakes race in September at Churchill, and I said, he's not very good. And he didn't run very good. Now, I'm with you 100%. His 2 best races by far at this one turn and at 7 furlongs, he ran very well that 7 furlong race at Saratoga. He could wake up today. I would not leave the 8 off of a ticket today.
The price, too, to me is the difference, right? I think you're going to get 4-1, maybe 9-2 on St. Tappet. And I think you're getting 6-5, 7-5 on Dr. Ardito. And I'm not sure that there is a 4x chance more that the 2 is winning this race than the 8. And so the price, I think, has to factor in at least a little bit there when you're looking at these 2 horses, especially multi-race wagers, where you're going to have a lot less tickets through St. Tappet in that spot.
Yeah, I mean, that's more than fair, that comment, 100%. And again, I'm terrible at predicting the odds, but I think you're right about this. Dr. Ardito is going to take a lot of money. So if you think he's vulnerable, the 8 comes out and makes a lot of sense.
So interesting N2X allowance there from Aqueduct. I'll be definitely one that I'll be watching. Magic has a best bet today. He was going to make it, but his internet's not working. He's in Los Angeles. Come on, Magic. He's going to go to Aqueduct and play a daily double here. 2 horses that are going to be very short prices. The 4 horse is... Let's see here. I got this up. Know It All Audrey, 3-5 on the morning line for Manny Franco. A clear standout here in the second race. Not going to go too much into that one. The third race, a little more interesting here. He's going to head to the 8 horse, who's your 9-5 favorite, Old Point for Todd Pletcher, who is making just a massive class drop here. $120,000 maiden special weight, down to $20K maiden claimers. Doesn't have a ton of speed. That would be the one knock against the horse. And you do have a horse that's going to try and go gate to wire here in the 4 horse Norgay. That was, to me, the main threat, whether or not Norgay can get the mile and go gate to wire. Aaron, did you have the 4 and the 8 on top here?
I did, but I'm going to have to really think about changing them here last minute after this bet from Magic. I did have the 4 on top. I mean, listen, Know It All Audrey is probably going to be 1-9, 1-5. So I get what Magic's trying to do. You're trying to make some money playing a heavy favorite. I had the 8 on top, but I'm with you. I went 3-4 deep in that spot. I'm not quite sure I'm that confident in this 8 horse, but listen, they're the 2 top choices that I've got, so I can't argue with it too much today.
Yeah, I think there are 2 logical winners. The second one is the one I'm concerned about. Know It All Audrey, I agree with you. She's going to be, 2-5, something like that, and deservingly. We'll see if she's able to get the job done there. All right, let's head over to Papa Dude's best bet. Back to the hardwood, the college ones. This is going to be just I'm kind of mad at you for this pick, to be honest. Was this game tipped at like midnight?
No, 9 Central.
Not so bad.
Well, my second choice was 9:30, so I thought,
All right. I'm happy with you now.
All right. Well,
you see Irvine.
I'm dreading staying up too. So anyway, I got to mention my man, Dr. Tang. Yesterday, he hit, not only did he hit long shots, he hit them to win. DePaul over Xavier. Now, I would have never picked that one. And then he took Nebraska over Ohio State, which I thought was good with the points. But not only that, they won. So got to mention his picks today. He likes Minnesota plus 13.5 at home against Purdue. Okay. And he likes Portland over the Sixers tonight. By the way, that's not an underdog. Portland's favorite, I believe, by 2 points in that game. So he usually picks dogs. All right. One thing I want to mention, I don't know whether you guys saw this, the absolute worst call, at least top 5 I've ever seen, was the foul on Arkansas last night against Missouri late in the game. Did you guys see that?
Definitely the right call. That was a no doubt right call there.
Have you ever seen more of a phantom foul in your life?
No.
He got hammered. I was surprised he was able to shoot the free throws.
That was one of the worst. But anyway, okay. Here I've talked enough. Here's my thing. Here's a game I really think is going to happen tonight. I almost took Arizona State over UCLA tonight. I think this is one you better look at. Arizona State is sneaky good. They've only lost 3 games, and they're pretty good. They're at home. UCLA's on a roll. Tough Thursday night game on the road. Conference. I could see an ambush tonight in this one. So I like Arizona State plus 5. The reason I'm going this game tonight is I'm going to play the Hawaii on the road angle. Okay. Hawaii is 14-3. This is only their 3rd road game because they get a lot of home games. Because guess what? Everybody wants to go to Hawaii to play a game. It's good recruiting tool. Hey, come here. We're going to go to Hawaii. So they're on the road for the 3rd time. They've lost one of their 3 games have been on the road. Cal Irvine is good. They're 12-6. I think they get them tonight. The line's okay. It's just 2 points. That's why I'm going with them. I think that road trip will hurt Hawaii. And, they're playing a really good team too. So I go UC Irvine tonight at -2.
I will not watch a second of that game, but I will follow it online, and I hope that they cover for everybody's sake here on the show. All right, I'm going to Gulfstream Park. Race number 6, horse number 1, Calibrator, 5-2 on the morning line. I'm going lone speed on the rail. It's really that simple here, right? I think this horse gets out, gets a pretty easy lead. There isn't even anyone who really wants to press the pace in this race. So we should see a length and a half lead going into that first turn. 7.5 is a great distance at Gulfstream Park to be on the lead. That's what we're going to have here. I think we have the best horse with a pace advantage. Give me the 1 horse in the 6th race, 5-2 on the morning line. Aaron, I saw you shaking your head. You like that one?
Yeah, I love it. I think it's a really good pick, and you said it. I think all your points are on point, weirdly worded, but yeah, I think the horse gets out to the lead. The horse needed the class relief, gets it. Today's the day. If not today, win, right?
Yeah, if not today, then off to the farm. All right, Aaron, tell us why you like the Blues to win tonight.
Off to somewhere, Somich. Yeah. I don't know about the farm for that one, but somewhere.
You wouldn't breathe in? Come on.
Listen, I have 2 announcements. One will be my best bet. 2, right. I am entering the transfer portal. I am done with Oklahoma. That last night was the worst second half of basketball I've ever watched from a college basketball team. They are a joke. And I see why nobody's going to those games down there. Why would you go to watch that? That was pathetic. So
you can't give up 50.5. That's not a good sign.
To Oklahoma State, who can't even score. I mean, they're terrible on offense. So OU, transfer portal. My name's in it. I don't know if I'll end up leaving, but my name is in the transfer portal. Anybody want to recruit me to their school, let me know. All right.
You can go to the Blues tonight. You can come root for Mizzou. We get the foul calls.
Well, send me some literature on why I should do that. All right,
we're going to Hawaii next year too.
Well, I'm evaluating. Well, I may go to UC Irvine. I'm evaluating all my options. Pedlo, boo me all you want. Boo OU. They are terrible right now. That was so embarrassing.
That was a joke.
It was a joke. Come on, and we just went 6-7 in football. It's just it's bad times. The Blues, good times. Good times for the Blues. Should be an easy win tonight, right?
No, it's Nashville. Sauce is going to save everything.
I think you've lost your mind.
It's a huge game tonight. The Blues in the middle of a homestand, they really need this one. Nashville has been playing, they've been playing well, but man, they've been playing some tough games. I think the Blues get it done tonight. We're close to getting some players back and healthy. A lot of players skating right now. Don't think any of them are back tonight, but I don't think we're going to need them. I think with Nashville, we can get the job done. I love that we're plus 100 at home. I just feel like it's a toss-up game. I'll take the team that's plus money. I'm going to take the Blues tonight. I think we get it done, boys. It's a game we have to have. We're going to catch the two teams in Canada. We're going to catch Calgary. We're going to catch Edmonton. This Nashville bunch, that's the bunch we're going to have outkick to the finish to make the playoffs. Give me the Blues tonight against Nashville.
Predators. Big. I have no opinion on this game. I have no interest in betting any Blues game. Actually, I have no interest in betting hockey after last night. After that Dallas collapse, I am staying away from hockey for at least a week here. I'll happily watch the sport. But that's a lie because I bet that under in the first period. So after that, I may not bet for a while in hockey. It can be so damn frustrating sometimes. How do the Blues going to win today?
No.
I will say this: words when it's college basketball,
they have to win tonight. I firmly believe it. If they get beat tonight, I think they're done. I've said this before, though.
They should be done anyway. We should be selling. Get rid of Tarasenko. Get rid of O'Reilly. Get some draft picks. Get a good pick this year and start rebuilding because that is the best route to getting good again. I know you don't.
Well, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to upset him, but we need to get a goalie. If we had a goalie, I would be. See,
I would rather be Oklahoma basketball than the Blues right now.
I don't think you watch the games.
Yeah, I do.
I think you just look at the scores.
I look at other goalies, and I've never seen one flip around like a fish out of water like this.
We are so bad defensively.
We are. I agree.
So bad.
But you know what? A great goalie has to make a save every once in a while.
He has made enough to win 20
here we go.
games with this.
Anyway.
Match. I mean, we would.
All right, let's go over the best bets today. We'll decide this on the ice. We got Predators, Blues. Aaron's going to go with the Blues plus 100. Papa Dude taking UC Irvine -2. I'm going Gulfstream Park, race number 6, horse number 1, 5-2 on the morning line. Magic playing a double from Aqueduct, starting in race number 2, going the 4 in race 2 and the 8 in race 3. Brutal 0-3-1 yesterday. Honestly, that was a pretty rough one because I thought we should have gotten at least 2 of those sports bets home. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, all week with all of our best bets across the sports and horse racing worlds. Yeah, Aaron, your cat has come in this video more times than I think I've ever seen.
I know.
Constantly
she's been all over the place. I was going to grab her, but she's hiding under something. So we'll see.
You want some screen time. Anyway, good luck everybody with your bets today. Do not forget to bet that Paris game. Big game in Paris today. All right, we'll see you all tomorrow.